Yeah, you mentioned Matt Gaetz. He's been chosen for the position of Attorney General, but this was an unexpected choice. Is that right?
Well, it certainly was unexpected, but what a brilliant move. Matt is a champion of the MAGA movement and the American First movement, and he's going to clean up the Department of Justice. He's a true champion in Congress. He'll be missed dearly, but he's going to do such an amazing job as our next Attorney General, and we couldn't be more proud of him here. So we're very excited for Matt. And for all of these people getting nominated. Christy
Mm.
Nome, my neighbor, I'm in Wyoming, so she's right in South Dakota. Christy will do an amazing job. This is such an exciting 70 days leading up to his inauguration as we find out who he's picking for his administration.
What about Tulsi Gabbard? She's been appointed to serve as Director of National Intelligence in Trump's new cabinet. She, of course, played a pretty key role in this election campaign, you'd have to say, when she endorsed Donald Trump. So I suppose this appointment was not exactly a surprise.
Not a surprise, and she's part of the transition team. She'll do a fabulous job. There's no one I'm truly worried about right now that President Trump has appointed. Uh, Everyone's going to do a great job. President Trump is surrounding himself with strong leaders, amazing people. They're going to get in and get the job done. They're tough guys and gals, and I know they're going to do the right thing for us. We're taking back America. That was the mandate that was set last Tuesday during the election, and that is the mandate that President Trump is putting forward for the American people. It's an exciting time.
Let's
Sorry about
look.
that.
No worries. Let's look at Trump's border czar, Tom Homan. This is his message.
I got a message. As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now.
We know that Donald Trump has vowed to carry out mass deportations in the United States. It's one of the reasons millions of Americans voted for Donald Trump to return to the White House. What exactly is that going to look like?
Border security in the campaign was one of the top two issues next to the economy. So mass deportations and Tom Homan's tough approach, people are going to start packing their bags and leaving on their own, I have a feeling at this point. They don't want to be deported. They don't want to be rounded up, and they're going to leave on their own. And I think that's the message that Tom is sending. Pack your bags because it's time to go, and we're going to round you up if you don't leave. So the tough stance and making sure our border security is paramount. Our Border Patrol has all of the funds and resources available to them to make sure that America, again, is safe and secure. And the 11 million people who came across the border in the past couple of years are documented and returned to wherever they came from, because they were coming from all over the world, not just Mexico, but from everywhere. So Tom Homan's the guy to get it done. He's a tough guy, and he testified in Congress. There's some really great moments in his clips that when you watch his testify with AOC, and it's just such a great time to be an American right now.
These appointments are going to be making many in Washington, D.C. pretty nervous when Donald Trump announced that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will be leading a new Department of Government Efficiency in his second administration. Now, we know that Elon Musk has warned that this will send shockwaves through the system, and anyone involved in government waste, which is a lot of people, those are the words from Elon Musk. And we know that Elon Musk fired more than 80% of the workforce when he bought Twitter. So what can we expect that he's going to be doing in this role?
Well, we're praying that he can get rid of 80% of the federal government at this point and return those rights right back to the states. The Department of Government Efficiency is going to be a very, very crucial role. And Elon Musk, being the guy who goes in and fires them, is the right guy. And Vivek, to eliminate 40, 50, 60% of the federal government would be a huge success, especially when we look at how inefficiently it's run through the massive bureaucracies and bureaucrats running these departments. So it's time for them to go. So they get their severance pay and they get to join the private sector. And what a wonderful opportunity this is for small business owners just like myself to be able to hire qualified employees to come in and help bolster our GDP and join the private sector or become entrepreneurs themselves and live the American dream. Elon Musk is the guy to do it. Vivek is certainly the guy to do it. It is a dream team that's being assembled, and this is just a brilliant move on President Trump's part.
Finally, what are your thoughts on Pete Hegseth, the Fox News host and Army veteran who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, to be his Secretary of Defence? This has been a bit of a controversial pick. He could bring in sweeping changes to the military. What would you expect?
Well, hopefully he gets rid of the DEI and the woke agenda in the military, and I think that's the mandate that has been set. So we're going to go in and clean up our military. It's going to be stronger than ever. And I think he's, again, is the guy to do it. He's tough, and he's certainly going to get the job done. I completely back President Trump, his agenda, and the picks that he's making, and I'm excited for what the future holds. We have 2 years before the next election for our Congress and Senate, and we can get so much done in these next 2 years and truly fulfill the mandate that the American people have sent President Trump to the White House with in just a massive, massive way, the popular vote and the electoral vote. So it's a great time to be an American, and our country's pride is being restored as we speak. So great things are on the horizon, and I'm excited, certainly.
I want to talk to you about the campaign. In the final weeks of the campaign, there was an uproar over the joke that comedian Tony Hinchcliffe made at Trump's Madison Square Garden rally when he referred to Puerto Rico as a floating island of garbage. Many on both sides criticised the joke, but he's since spoken out saying he has no regrets about making it, pointing out that the media didn't choose to clip up the jokes he made about his own mother. Here he is.
On my speech on free speech, I referenced Puerto Rico, which currently has a landfill problem in which all of their landfills are filled to the brim. I guess I'm the only person that knew about this. With that said, I just want to say that I love Puerto Ricans. They're very smart people. And they're smart enough to know when they're being used as political fodder. I apologize to absolutely nobody. Not to the Puerto Ricans, not to the whites, not to the blacks, not to the Palestinians, not to the Jews.
What do you make of what he's had to say? Do you think the joke moved the needle at all, or was it a big overreaction from the media?
It's definitely an overreaction. Listen, we do have a First Amendment. He's correct. Comedians are just that. They're comedians. They're there to talk about the topics that no one else wants to talk about. And he has a right to say what he says, but we don't have a right to be offended. In fact, if you're offended, you just change the channel. And that's the beautiful thing about the First Amendment, is we get the opportunity to express ourselves. And comedians get to express themselves through their jokes, which is a great thing. But you don't get to be offended by that. So him not apologizing is great. So why would he apologize? That's where I'm at.
And finally, I want to get your take. Looking at the campaign with the benefit of hindsight, what really won it for Donald Trump, and where did it go so horribly wrong for the Democrats?
Well, they chose Kamala. I don't know. That's where we went wrong. What a terrible choice. President Trump worked all of the small communities across this country. And when he won Pennsylvania, that was brilliant. You know, they sent in people to work with the Amish. They sent in people to work in all of the small towns. Hundreds of thousands of people came out for President Trump. And truly, the Democrats have destroyed our economy. Groceries are 4 and 5 times higher. Gas is at an all-time high. Our electric, our utility bills right here at home are higher than they ever have been. You can't afford insurance in your cars and your vehicles. They priced us out of a market, yet we still fund billions and billions and hundreds of billions of dollars to every overseas nation and war. And Americans are sick of shouldering that bill. And it was a true mandate that they sent to the White House through President Trump in a massive red wave that will continue for generations if we get the legislation through with the Senate and the House that is now Republican controlled. So now is the time to come together as a party and begin focusing on unification and bringing people back together. This is truly the time to get things fixed.
GOP commentator Reid Rasner, so great to speak with you. Thank you for joining us on Power Hour.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.